Class 12th, Subject Physics, 12th chapter, Electromagnetic Induction. From the chapter, in the previous video, we have seen that the electric energy, which is also called as electric kinetic energy, equal to half L I0 square, and the mechanical energy is equal to half mv square, are analogous with each other. That means comparing these two equations, we can say that the same role as that of mass in mechanical energy, mechanical kinetic energy, is the same as that of the inductance L. So inductance L will play same role in electric energy as that of the mass in case of mechanical energy. Similarly, the same role of velocity phi in case of mechanical energy will be played by the current I0 in case of the electric energy or electric kinetic energy. Now let us see the next point, that is inductance of a solenoid. We are already familiar with the construction and working of the solenoid. So these downward arrows will represent direction of current through the number of turns of the coil or that solenoid or the windings of the solenoid. Then through one end of that, current will enter into the solenoid, and through the other end it will leave the solenoid. Let A represents area of cross section of this solenoid and L is the length of this solenoid, and therefore when a current I is established in the windings or the turns of a long solenoid, the current produces magnetic flux phi b through the central region of that solenoid, and the inductance of the solenoid is given as the inductance of the solenoid is given as L equal to N phi b upon I as equation number 1. So in this case, this capital N will represent the number of turns of the solenoid, that is total number of turns of the solenoid, and the term N phi b combining this will represent, that term will be called as the magnetic flux linkage. The term N phi b will be called as magnetic flux linkage. Now for a length small l near the middle of the solenoid, the flux linkage will be given as, so for the length L, that is small l, length of the solenoid, for length L near the middle of the solenoid, that is near axis of the solenoid, the flux linkage will be given as N phi b equal to, that is flux linkage equal to NL. So capital N is replaced by small n into small l into, in place of phi b we can write vector b dot vector a. Its value will be BA cos theta, but here theta will be equal to 0, cos theta will be equal to 1, and therefore N phi b we will get NL into BA as equation number 2 for theta is equal to 0. Now in this case, the small n will represent the number of turns per unit length of the solenoid. N represents number of turns per unit length of the solenoid. B will represent the magnetic field, and A is area of cross section of that solenoid. Then the magnetic field inside the solenoid is given by the equation as that we know B is equal to mu 0 Ni. This is the magnetic field inside this solenoid, that is B equal to mu 0 Ni, equation number 3. Now from this the inductance L will be given as equation 1 gives inductance L is equal to N phi b upon I. Therefore L equal to N phi b upon I, that will be equal to NL into BA upon I. NL into BA, that will be value of N phi b, and upon I, that will be written as NL into Value of B is mu 0 Ni, so into mu 0 Ni A upon I. So that we will get L is equal to mu 0 N square LA, mu 0 N square LA as equation number 4. Now from this, if we find out capital L upon this small l, so the inductance per unit length, near the middle of the solenoid is given as, it will be L by L, that is inductance per unit length, equal to mu 0 N square A. That will be written as mu 0 N square. This area of cross section of that solenoid will be given in terms of the diameter of the solenoid as pi d square by 4, because area of cross section A will be circular in shape, that is area of circle will be pi r square upon, that is pi r square, and but r will be equal to d by 2, so r square will be d square by 4. So actually this term will be pi r square, that is pi d square by 4, equation number 5. In this case, d will represent the diameter of the solenoid. So as inductance per unit length is equal to mu 0 N square pi d square by 4, from this relation we can say that the inductance per unit length is directly proportional to square of the number of turns per unit length, that is N square, and therefore from this we can write L is proportional to N square. Similarly, inductance per unit length will be proportional to square of the diameter of that solenoid, that is L proportional to d square. And now let us see the inductances in series and parallel. So inductances can be connected in series as well as parallel. If the inductances are connected one by one, then it will be series combination, and if all the terminals of the inductance are connected between two common points, then it will give rise to a parallel combination. And therefore for series combination of the inductances we can write LS, that is effective or resultant inductance, will be equal to sum of all the individual inductances, that is L1 plus L2 plus L3 plus and so on. This will be similar to that of resistances in series. Similarly, when the inductances are connected in parallel, then the effective or the resultant inductance LP in parallel will be given as 1 by LP equal to 1 by L1 plus 1 by L2 plus 1 by L3 plus and so on. This will be similar to that of resistances in parallel. So in this way, the resistances can be inductances can be connected in series as well as parallel, similar to that of the resistances. Now let us see the next point, that is energy stored in magnetic field. Now why energy stored in the magnetic field? Let us see. We know that the changing magnetic flux in a coil causes an induced EMF. Then the induced EMF so produced will oppose the change in magnetic flux, and hence some energy will be spent. Some energy will be spent there to overcome it. That is, reduction in the magnetic flux will be overcome by spending some energy to build up the magnetic field. This energy may be recovered as heat energy in resistance of the circuit, and hence energy being stored in magnetic field. Then the induced EMF E is given by the formula in terms of inductance minus L di by dt as equation number 1. So this equation will represent the induced EMF. Then due to that, work done will be given as the work done in moving a charge dq, small charge dq, against the inductance against the inductance, we have to move that charge dq, so that work will be done, because that inductance will oppose the motion of the charge dq, and hence small work will be done. That dw will be equal to minus e dq. So this will be the work done. Formula for work done: w is equal to e dq in case of electricity. That will be written as minus, value of E is minus L di by dt into this dq. This minus minus will become plus, and therefore we can write it as L di by dt into dq. Now rearranging the terms, we can write L di into dq by dt, dq by dt. But we know that this dq by dt is nothing but I, and therefore that work done will be written as Li di, Li di as equation number 2, since dq by dt equal to I. Now we can find the total work done, because this dw will represent small work done. Therefore total work done will be obtained by integrating that dw, and therefore w will be equal to integration of dw, that will be equal to integration Li di. But L is constant, that is inductance taken out of integration, and therefore we can write L integration I di. But integration of I di is I square by 2, and therefore we can write w is equal to L I square by 2. This will be written as, rearranging the terms, half L I square, half L I square, let it be ub, that is equation number 3. So this equation will represent the work done, that is the energy stored in the magnetic field, because that work done, half L I square, will be stored in the form of energy in the magnetic field, that is ub. Similarly, we know that the energy stored in electric field is given as, in case of electric field, that is in chapter electrostatics, we have seen that the electric energy ue equal to q square upon 2c, where q will be the charge and c will represent the capacitance. That will be written as q is equal to cv, q square will be equal to c square v square upon 2c. 1c from this will get cancelled with this c, and therefore ue equal to half c v square, equation number 4. So this equation will represent the electric energy in the electric field. This will be the energy in the magnetic field. So we can say that from this relation, the energy stored in magnetic field, that is ub, is analogous with the energy stored in the electric field, that is half c v square, that is ue. And therefore from this relation we can say that the same role of the capacitance C in case of electric energy stored in electric field will be similar, will be same as that of the inductance L when the energy is stored in the magnetic field, and therefore the same role as that of the capacitance in case of electric field will be played by the inductance in case of magnetic field.